Barbie!
I told you to wait in the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerf herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi, the trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello, and welcome to episode 47 of the Real Serious Podcast. As always, I'm Hunter, joined by Jack and Charles. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good. Hoosiers are back. The Hoosiers are so
yes,
back.
Hoosiers are very back. They absolutely decimated Purdue so badly that Purdue has now fired their head coach. But
now
like
hiring.
That's not news. Yeah, that's not news though. The news of the weekend was Ohio State losing.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That is the worst loss in the history of Ohio State by far. And I mean just
it's
shocking. Shocking loss.
That's
which
just
is
sad.
only good for the Hoosiers.
I think
Very,
it felt so much. It felt so much better having having conversations with the Ohio State fans the week before and how confident they were.
Oh yeah,
just how big of jerks they were, and it's just like seeing it go. Just seeing shit hit the fan. I just had a smile on my face the entire time. It was great.
100%. And like, they should have hung 100 on them. They were far better in every single aspect of the game, and they still lost.
It was
They just
also at
he can't beat them.
OSU.
Yeah, Ryan Day cannot beat Michigan.
He's fired now, right? There's no way he lasts another year.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
Right? I mean, that's the biggest game.
Because he can't win the big ones. When they went to the playoff 2 years ago, they lost on the field goal. Last year they lost, and they can't do it this year. So it's over.
Well, they beat Penn State this year. They lost to Oregon by one score. But yeah, he can't beat Michigan.
He can't do it. So yeah, that is also congrats to the Colts today. Big win. Big Anthony Richardson showed up in the last seconds to win. But yeah, pretty good football weekend for the pod. Huge, actually.
I was if we had lost to the Patriots, I may have burned my. No, I went to burn my jersey. I would have been very sad.
It's just been so sad.
Patriots are not good.
I have a quick question. It's I feel like Anthony Richardson is making, obviously he's making some bad passes, but then there's also a lot of good passes he's making that are just getting dropped. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, there have been a lot of drops. Okay. There have been a lot of drops this year.
Because I feel like his stats aren't showing how good he's playing as of recently.
Yeah, I mean, even in the early games when he had a very bad QBR, there were a lot of passes, especially in crunch time, that were dropped by receivers, and they were good passes.
Yeah, that throw he had to Mitchell was right in his hands, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that early on, last year when Richardson started throwing to receivers in practice, a lot of the receivers were it's hard to catch because he throws it so hard. But I feel like it's too late in the season now, and they've had too many reps with him, where that shouldn't be an excuse. If that's the excuse, that it's lousy.
Yeah,
I agree. Be used to it now. So I don't know.
Well, before we jump into it, I wanted to ask you guys there's a guy on TikTok that I've fallen into, and the old saying goes to, you build your For You page brick by brick. This guy sprays dog medicine on his hands to make his hands rough and strong, and then he sands wood with his hands. And he's been doing it for 400 days. And I just think that's the most insane thing in the whole world to get famous on. And people love this guy.
Sounds like Kirk Connors.
Yeah. I don't get he's just I'm making my hands stronger. And he'll just hit rocks and break wood. He breaks bats over his knee. He's just becoming the most impossibly beatable man.
He's becoming the lizard.
Yeah, he is. I don't get it. I just thought that was insane, and I just feel like I had to share that.
Well, I have been on Wicked Talk / Jonathan Bailey Talk.
How's that going?
It's pretty awesome, dude. The Dancing Through Life, the Dancing Through Life dance. It's like all the comments are like, what do they even say? You know that comment? It scratches my brain in just the right way.
Yeah, it does. That's that about that song.
That's how I feel about when like Jonathan Bailey does like that kind of move up on the elevated surface. That's exactly how I feel, and I watch it like on repeat.
That rocks.
Maybe I'm oversharing.
I kind of agree,
but
I don't know. I still think that of the
looks.
movie, that is not that is not the one that I like the most. But I do like that song a lot. I think that song
wasn't,
is better
and then
watching it than hearing it.
Completely agree.
Yeah, like the
it's
dancing
also a really
makes that song
good.
better.
It's a really good shower karaoke song. Put that out there.
Oh.
The next skit is just Charlie just karaokeing
Yeah.
in the shower.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to get into what I've been watching?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Oh, also, Moana just made all of the money in the world. Like, it's like the biggest animated movie ever, opening weekend wise.
How?
I don't know. We punted on it. This is also the biggest Thanksgiving weekend ever for theaters by $100 million. Like, AMC had like a wait list on their app just for people buying tickets. Like, this was a huge weekend for the movies. And we decided as three grown men to skip out on Moana 2. So if you're sad about that, I'm sorry. That was our choice. We're doing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So yeah, just want to get that out there because we said Moana last week and now we're not reviewing Moana. So just had to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right, let's get into what we watched. Who went first last time? I think it was.
I can go first.
I think it was. Yeah.
I don't think I've gone first in years.
Centuries.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I think it's been a few episodes, so I can go first. Well, as one of the three grown men, I went to go see Wicked again. Spoiler, it's still awesome. Still a 5-star. But before that, on my flight home for Thanksgiving, I watched The Wizard of Oz. I gave that 4.5. I think Wicked's better. Sue me. And then National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which we'll talk about. Just those three for me. Oh, and one more. We watched half of Mrs. Doubtfire with the family at Thanksgiving, but then I got sleepy halfway through.
He was a sleepy
I was
soldier.
enjoying it, yeah.
That's a banger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'll go next.
Oh, wait, I actually have one more.
This guy. This guy.
This was this week. I also I finished Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. You know, that used to be my favorite. It's no longer my favorite. I don't know what changed. I wasn't as in.
I'm a Goblet of Fire guy myself.
I'm definitely.
I used to be a Goblet of Fire guy. I think I might be a Half-Blood Prince guy once I get there. I really like 5 and 6. Yeah.
All right. Hey.
I think the back half is
Fire
much
used to be my
stronger than the front half.
Yeah. Well,
In
the front half, none of them really knew how to act. Especially in like, the first two. Like they were rough.
I think that I need to go to the headmaster. I like how Hermione talks in the first two. She like she's like very enunciated.
Not Ron. Or what is it?
Yeah.
But
not
when I move my
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give up to my king.
Not me, not Hermione, you.
Classic.
That's all I got though.
Has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Never lost one.
Really? Did you like play like like a
Yeah.
stage play or something. You got that down.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty talented. Wait till the next skit where it's just me talking to Hermione for 30 minutes. All right, I'm going next. Four Weddings and a Funeral was the first thing I watched. 1994 rom-com. Gave it 3 stars. Didn't love the ending. He gets with the girl. I think he shouldn't have got with the girl. That's my opinion on Four Weddings and a Funeral. But good because I don't know. I got me like pumped. I was like, I feel like I haven't been to a wedding ever, and I was like, I just gotta go to a wedding. So might crash a wedding or something because got me hyped about love. Then to kind of continue my hype about love, I watched Love Actually, which I gave 4 stars. Big kickoff to Christmas, and I think maybe it'll come up later when we do our Christmas movie draft. Love Actually. Then it was Thanksgiving Day, and I had to watch some Thanksgiving movies. So I watched 2 movies about Thanksgiving. First one was Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. There's a big Thanksgiving scene in there where Green Goblin finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I think that qualifies it as a Thanksgiving movie. That movie still rocks. Give it 4.5 stars. Maybe the best superhero origin movie ever. I don't know. Some might say. I am some, so I will say it. And then watched the best Thanksgiving movie ever, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. John Candy is incredible in this movie. I gave that one 4 stars as well. I think it is hilarious. And it's one of those movies where it's like so of its time that you can never redo it and never try to do it again. Like it's a perfect encapsulation of the late 80s. So yeah, that was my list.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna have something to say about the greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time, but we'll get there. So this has been this was like the most movies I watched in not like all year, but it's up there probably in the last like 3 months. So I watched The Fall Guy. Or did I already say I watched The Fall Guy? I think I already said that.
I think you did last week.
Yes. Okay. Doesn't matter.
I think so.
So I know Sonic is coming up, so I figured that I would watch the Sonic movies, which entertaining. I'm really looking forward to the third one. By no means are my favorite movies ever, but I think they're enjoyable, and I totally get why they have a big fan base. There's some really good parts to it. Sonic looks good, which like I remember the whole controversy where like everyone was like Sonic looks terrible, and then they completely reshaped the character. So I think they all look really good, and I had a good time with that. And I wanted to like stay in the same realm of just like lovable creatures. So I watched Paddington 2 finally, and it did not disappoint. It was it was quite possibly peak. I don't know. Like I just like can't point out a single thing about this movie that I don't like, which I feel like
is really good.
I just like finished it, and like I was like, I know people like cry during this movie, or like it's very normal for people to cry during this movie, and I'm just like, all right, like they're not gonna get me. And by the end it did, and I was the funny thing was this was something where like Caitlin was back home, I was back home, and we're like, oh, like well, let's just watch like Paddington 2 at the same time. So like we like something would happen, we'd like text. But by the end we were both crying. It was a beautiful honestly, I want to see this movie again like as soon as possible. It totally rocks. I was trying to watch it with my parents, but they hadn't seen the first one, so that was a big deal. Then
one of the great train chases of all times.
It was elite.
Very true.
Elite. Yeah, I love how everything, there's like no wasted time in this movie. I feel like everything they say and everything they do just comes back at some time or another, you know?
Yeah, big time.
And I love it. I love it. And it's just such a warm, cozy, like they turn this jail into like the coziest place ever. Like I feel like you could only do that in a Paddington movie. Like that's just absurd. Like all their, like I love the shot where they're just having the conversation with the family and they're all in like their pink suits. I think it's so cute. Then I finally got around to watching The Beekeeper. I gave Paddington 2 5 stars, by the way. Then I finally watched The Beekeeper. I gave it 3 stars, and it is a 3-star banger. It's a great time. I had a good time with it. I think that the action is really fun, but I think it's just so much action that I think the action at the end is really intriguing, but like somewhere in the middle, you just kind of get lost in it, and it just becomes kind of like the same stuff over and over again until like the final fight, if that makes sense. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? Okay,
I am following. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the best fight of that movie though is the gas station fight.
Oh, it's awesome.
I think that's
the
the
most
best
memorable one for me.
It's
I
that,
like that
or
one.
the second time he breaks into the server place with like the guy he like staples.
Yes.
That
I like
might be
the
best.
barn one, like where he's in the barn when they come, like for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
But
one. I like how he keeps turning
really
on
like
machines, then they come back later.
But really enjoyed that. I knew I wanted to watch that for a long time because you guys been hyping that up. But I was honestly pleasantly surprised with that. For like, you guys kept hyping it up, and I'm just like, there's no way this is gonna like live up to the expectations, and I think it pleasantly did. Then I watched Moana because I was just like, I had to get prepped for Moana 2. Moana was cool. The animation's really pretty. I don't think I really connect with the story. I think the music is good in the first half, but then personally, I think it kind of falls off in the second half for me. And then I watched Face Off, which honestly might be one of my favorite movies I've seen recently. It is so good. It has John Travolta and Nick Cage. It is just start to finish. It's awesome.
You're taking my face off.
It's just there's so much charisma in this movie. Like early on, like I thought John Travolta was just like his acting was weird, but like that's just the character he's playing. And then
I wish I could do a John Travolta impression.
It's so good. Charlie, if you've not seen Face Off, I would highly recommend it. I think the whole like go into it knowing nothing. And I think if you like I had no idea about anything in this movie. I didn't watch a trailer. I just knew the name and I knew the actors in it. I didn't even read the like whole synopsis. It was awesome. I love this movie. So I gave that 5 stars. Really high. Like I just have not stopped thinking about that movie since I watched it. Then I watched Point Break, which was a classic my dad wanted to watch for the longest time.
Dudes rock. Patrick
Swayze, Keanu Reeves, surfing. It's just an epic story from start to finish. Gave that 3.5. Then I watched the greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time. We wanted a nice family-friendly movie, so we watched Prisoners, and it was awesome. I just it's so funny because like the movies you've already seen and you know they're good, but then when you rewatch them and you're just like, this is awesome. Just having that realization of just how good it is while you're watching it. I don't know. I love that movie. It's so good. I gave that 5 stars, and then watched National Lampoon's Vacation. That was my week.
Hype.
It's a big week.
Really good week.
Huge.
It was a fantastic week.
All right. Let's get into it because not a whole lot of news because it was Thanksgiving, but the news we got, I got to tell you, so ready for it. First up, Charlize Theron. Do you say Theron or Theron? I think it's Theron.
Charlize Theron?
I thought it was Theron.
Okay, Charlize
Maybe
Theron.
Theron. Either way.
Speaking of pronunciation. Speaking of pronunciation, not to go on a tangent here.
No, let's tangent it up.
So you guys know the actor that plays Voldemort?
Isn't it Ralph Fiennes?
Apparently it's Rafe Fine.
Wait, I thought it was like Ralph Fine, right? Is it not?
I thought it was Ralph Fiennes. Apparently it's Rafe Fine.
Rafe Fiennes.
So I got it completely wrong.
All right,
but
I was like 50%.
That's according to one of my coworkers. It's Rafe Fine.
Oh, thanks. So you said that in front of them, and they were like, "Dude, you are such an idiot."
Yeah, dude. Good thing we didn't interview him.
Well, it was Traverse.
So pissed.
That bad.
Okay, good.
Ralph Fiennes. I'm pretty sure. No, it might be Rafe Fiennes. Rafe
It was Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes.
Just like pull this up.
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, yeah.
But it's spelled Ralph.
Rafe. Yeah, I know. That's why I got it wrong.
Oh.
Rafe Fiennes. Okay. Anyway, back to Charlize Theron.
There's some other weird names that like you pronounce wrong, but you know the one I always think is the craziest one I get right every time is Chutel Ejiofor. I like phonetically can just see that as the correct way, but I feel like that's a name people would get wrong a lot.
Apparently
you are
it's
collectively Googling
Charlize Theron.
Theron. So okay, so I had it right.
Theron.
All right, let's
Charlize
go.
Theron.
Me and my close friend Charlize. We know what's up. All right. Well, speaking of Charlize, she has joined Christopher Nolan's mystery summer 2026 blockbuster with other A-listers like Tom Holland, Zendaya. It's not Brad Pitt, but it is. Who is that? Who's in that movie with him? Matt Damon. Damon, the Day Man. I get those two confused all the time.
Damon and Pitt?
That's
yes.
interesting because they don't look like.
They don't, but they're like in my head the same like caliber of actor. So like they're like kind of just the same.
Huh.
I don't know. But yeah, Charlize joining the mystery movie. I don't know. I'm pretty pumped for this. I feel like when she's in a good movie, she is great. And when she's in a not good movie, she is very bad. So hopefully this is a good one because she deserves to be in one. You know what? Have you guys ever seen Atomic Blonde?
Mm-mm.
That joins the group of 3-star bangers. That's another one we can add to the list of 3-star bangers. That's a great
one.
I
thought the list was 3.5-star bangers. I thought that's what the list was. Or am I getting 3 and 3.5 mixed up?
Let's see what I have. Whatever I have Beekeeper at tells us what the list was because that's
I think it's 3.5.
Let's see. Beekeeper, I have at.
You got to keep track of what we put.
3.5. 3.5. So 3.5-star bangers. I think the Atomic Blonde might be 3.5 then because I really like Atomic Blonde. So might have to rewatch. I'm just automatically upping it just to add it to this list because it deserves to be on this list. Oh, I'm looking at her filmography. Some of these are insane. Good for her. Good for her. All right. This ties to the next thing, though, because Charlize Theron, our close personal friend, is in the Fast and Furious franchise. And the next piece of news is about Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel, which, embarrassing. I never put together that Diesel car, Fast and Furious. Can I just be honest with that? Like, I'm like a big Fast and Furious head. Like, I love this franchise. Never even thought his name was so perfect for this. But anyway, he wants to bring Fast and Furious back to the small scale, including real street racing and practical stunts. Yes, please.
That
as
rocks.
A Fast and Furious guy. Yeah,
that's
as a Fast and Furious guy, I'd like that to happen. Now I just want to get a pulse check. Am I the only Fast and Furious head in this podcast?
Yes. Well,
yes.
I'm a fast head.
Okay.
I think he's about 10 movies too late.
No. Let me tell you. All right, let me give you this. This is how this franchise is going to end.
Oh.
We're going to go street racing, gets crazier, fighting the Brazilian mobs. Crazier, they went to space. Last movie, they go back in time and they have to street race again to go back to the future. That's how this franchise ends. And it's going to be the greatest thing. And the time machine runs on the power of family. And you're all going to feel super dumb when it's awesome and makes $1 billion. So, feel jealous. I am
Personally, I'll pass on that one.
Listen, do yourself a favor sometime this week. Watch Fast 5. If you don't like Fast 5, you won't like any of these. So if you don't like that, you can just
jump.
Is Fast 5 the last one with Paul Walker?
No, that is F7. That's Furious 7.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I've seen it.
Because here's why I say jump into Fast 5. Fast 5 is like you know how like they make syrup by like boiling it down and it concentrates? That is this version of the Fast and Furious franchise. This is like the most boiled down, concentrated version of the Fast and Furious franchise is Fast 5. So if you don't like this, you're not going to like anything else. But if you like this, I think you're fully in on Fast and Furious. It's actually time. It's about time for my rewatch. Might have to jump back in Fast and Furious. It's a great franchise. So yeah, that was the Vin Diesel news. But yeah, I can't believe you guys have never seen Fast and Furious. It's awesome. It is like the opposite of Mission Impossible.
It's bad.
Like, no. It's like what Mission Impossible stands for as an action franchise. It does the opposite of it in like the most insane way, and I respect it for that. But yeah, Fast X 2 coming soon. I don't feel like I sold that very well, but I'm still going to stand by the fact that I think these movies rock.
Nope, not with
Thank you,
it.
dude.
But that's okay. We can all have our own things.
Chuck, what's your thing? Because I feel like I feel like mine is like crappy action movie franchises and the Muppets.
My thing.
I'm trying to think of Jax. I don't know. What is Jax?
I don't know what mine is.
Let me think about that for a
Yeah, we got to think of our things that are very us. I kind of feel like Jack is more of the auteur than the rest of us, if I'm being honest.
I have no idea what that means.
Like you're more like the cinephile of the group, I would say.
Oh, like
probably.
Like as in cinephile, you mean like give me the full cinephile definition.
Like you prefer higher class cinema is like more for you than like the low schlockier stuff.
I guess. I mean, sometimes it depends.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm looking at your 4-star reviews right now to see.
I think I normally rank stuff pretty high, but then at the same time.
What do you think your thing is, Chuck?
I think my thing is movies that have book adaptations.
Yeah, and then you prefer the book.
Usually.
Yeah, you're like, this book is really
but like
good.
the wild. No, I was just looking at my recents, and I like the Wild Robot was based off of a book, and I just kind of prefer to watch movies that have books tied to them, so I can read them, compare. It's just I don't know.
You're the Lord of the Rings.
I'll keep searching for my thing. Yeah, but like, yeah.
You know what? You're the haul guy. You always have these crazy hauls for us.
I guess
That's
I'm
true.
the haul guy.
Yeah, okay. you got the hauls.
I can be the haul guy. Except I didn't have a haul today.
Maybe I have more. Maybe I have more things, and you guys are just kind of normal. Maybe that's what it is.
You're the collector.
Maybe.
Yeah. I did reorganize today. So for those really watching, got my tree lit up. I actually found a plug to plug it in. I did something where I turned some of the steel books so they're actually facing forward, so you can see the art on a couple of them. And then
I noticed that. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so I got some Deadpool.
That was the
right here, and then this is Ferris Bueller, and then behind me on the other side, if I swivel, SpongeBob is right there. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really the first thing I noticed.
I actually believe you. I'll choose to believe you.
I see you. You reorganized as well, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie reorganized.
for everyone listening, Charlie did a lot of reorganizing.
One day we're gonna jump on this pod, and Charlie's gonna have like the most beautiful background we've ever seen, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be decked.
Yeah.
Not this episode, but soon.
No, soon. I feel good about episode 52. 52 seems like the episode to do it.
Or maybe I'll just set up this enormous tapestry. You know, those forest tapestries. Maybe I'll just put up a huge tapestry.
That'd be kind of sweet. All All right, back to Wicked, which is just making all of the money. John M. Chu defended the film's color grading because people were saying it looks bad. I'm one of those people. I don't know. I get what he's saying, but personally, I'm kind of the opinion I think that it should just look better. I hate to be that guy, but like I just think it should look better.
I think the colors work for me. Like I think that there's scenes where it's really colorful, and I think the color works. I don't necessarily think the color was like my biggest problem with the movie. I think my biggest problem with the movie was like some of the lighting, or maybe this is like along the same lines of like some of the bones you have to pick, Hunter. But like, for example, like the dancing through life scene, I love the whole dance sequence, but I think the lighting in that scene is just a little off. In the costumes are very colorful, the set is very colorful, but I think the lighting just kind of fades it out.
Yes.
In that scene specifically, I think the color is fine. I think it's more of a lighting issue than a cut, which like if they go hand in hand, then I guess I have a problem with it. But like, I think there are a lot of scenes that do look very colorful though. I mean, obviously the most colorful of them all being the scene with Popular where it just goes, everything just turns pink. Like that was the most, like, I love that scene. I think that scene is awesome. Just everything turns pink. It's awesome. It is so good. But I get what he's saying. Like the Wizard of Oz is so bright and so vibrant that it's like it has this dream-like feeling to it. And I think he wanted to kind of like make this story a little bit more down to earth and make it feel more real and more like tangible than I feel like the Wizard of Oz was.
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't know. I think part of it is that, and this is getting in. Let's talk some inside baseball. Actually, now that I have a Oscars hat on, I think a big issue with it is that a lot of stuff now is filmed digitally, where stuff used to be filmed on actual film. Like even watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for this episode, that movie looks better, shadow wise, light wise, than Wicked, which is just ridiculous. Like, I don't think there's any excuse now to have a movie look that washed out ever. Like we're too advanced and too talented at filmmaking at this point that like it should just never look like that. And it does. Like, and that is a testament to their choice. And I disagree with their choice. And you know, if that's the choice they made, whatever, but I think it's a bad choice. Also looking at the box office right now, it hasn't cracked the top 10 yet.
Well, I've found it's crazy because like internationally, it's not doing like nearly as well as I thought it would. Domestically, it's doing fine.
So
It's
Moana
not
2 is just humongous. Moana 2 is at number 11 after 3 days.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I don't get it. Why?
Neither do I. I felt like Moana 1
It didn't even get good reviews.
I don't get it.
I mean, let's be real. Let's think about the people giving the reviews. It's not the
Sonic the Hedgehog better do better.
Like, I don't think the massive army of children that are flocking to theaters to go see this are not immediately headed to Letterboxd or Rotten Tomatoes as soon as Moana 2 is over.
That would be awesome if there was like just little
bunch
kids
of
on Letterboxd. Just like, I actually personally did not like this one.
It's like you could download, Letterboxd on your DS.
Yeah, like Letterboxd Delight. Review sent from 3DS.
That'd be crazy.
And then you could just like that'd be so awesome. It'd be like a 3DS review of Long Legs. I personally did not like this. But yeah, that was Wicked talk. We'll keep people updated. I just don't think it's gonna cross 1 billion. I don't think it will. I know we talked about it when we reviewed it, but I just, based on the international, I don't think it's gonna cross 1 billion.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four has officially wrapped. They're done filming. I'm sure they'll do some small reshoots, but apparently Marvel is pretty happy with the movie so far. The big news from this is that there is a mysterious character or cast member who has joined the cast. No one knows who it is. Pedro Pascal posted a picture of it from the person at the cast rap bar party and blurred the person's face. There was a set of that, like a on-set photo of them walking to set, and like a person's covering them. No one knows who it is. Big rumor is that it's Robert Downey Jr. to be Dr. Doom. I would argue it's probably not. So we'll see. I sneaky shoot my opinion shot here. I'm of the opinion it is the original Mr. Fantastic from the OG 2004, 2007 movies. And I think this movie is going to end with the Council of Reeds, which for those who didn't read the comics or know what that is, it's basically like Reed Richards figured out the multiverse exists, and in the most Reed Richards fashion, got together with all the other Reed Richards and were like, we're pretty great, aren't we? We're kind of like the best dudes around. So they just kind of all hang out and like dictate what's going on in their universes, which I think would just be a great ending to the Fantastic Four, that like he just hangs out with other Reed Richards and it could be like all of them together. So that was my guess, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
We're kind
Any
of like
thoughts
the council.
We're the Council of Reeds.
Yeah.
Council of Reels.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, gotta edit that for the Instagram. I'll get on it.
Someone clip
but yeah,
that. Someone please clip that.
Chat clip
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we have enough Mr. Fantastics. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe Miles Teller shows up, you know, and John Krasinski, and they all just have a massive party.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
came
there's
in.
so many of them.
I still think it's so funny he got turned to spaghetti like
That'd be-
2 minutes in. That was
Yeah.
like looking back on that, it's just very funny that like it's like oh, Fantastic Four is in the MCU, immediately dies. But yeah. So yeah, any other thoughts on Fantastic Four? We're gonna get that soon. We're gonna get a trailer, probably Super Bowl for that, just so we all know. Also, it's December,
wait.
so Superman trailer most likely this month. So before the year's out, we'll be talking Superman most likely. So
I don't know about you guys, but I think watching Pedro Pascal in Gladiator, it just made me more excited to see him as Reed Richards.
yes,
I was thinking
agree.
the exact same thing.
He is the second best performance
The
in Gladiator
exact same
by far.
I think he was just phenomenal. I think it was so frustrating because his what? Wait, what'd you say?
This guy needs an Ethernet cable. This
Who's
guy
first?
needs an Ethernet cable right now.
I need an Ethernet.
I'm looking it up. How far are you from your router?
First is Denzel.
Okay. I'll just be quiet.
I don't know. I think it's interchangeable
this
for me.
lag.
It's interchangeable for me.
Charles, are you how many feet from your router are you right now? You think 100
10,
feet?
12.
You're 10, 12 feet from your router and you don't have an Ethernet cable already? My dude.
Maybe not. Maybe a little longer, actually.
All right, there's a 100-foot cable on Amazon for $12. I expect by next episode that you're plugged in.
Okay. All right.
This guy.
It's just like
This is like episode 8 in a row of being like, do you have an Ethernet cable?
no. What I was saying, I was like, I feel like Pedro Pascal's performance was so awesome, and I feel like his character was like so great in Gladiator. And it feels so weird because I remember when the casting came out, I think most people weren't excited that he was Reed Richards. But I feel like I'm honestly like, I wouldn't say, I think Vanessa Kirby is probably the one I'm most excited about to see in Fantastic Four, because I think she is just a phenomenal actress, and even in like Napoleon, which was kind of a stinker, like she stole the show. She's the best part of that movie. Yeah. Best part about that movie by far. I don't know. It looks like from the set photos too that this cast just has so much like chemistry, and I feel like they're really kind of like clicking together. So, and they're having fun. I mean, like I like the whole like kind of teasing us with the post and who it could be. So I love it. I'm all in.
Fully in. But yes. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of I'm always a thing. I'm like the Thing. I like the Thing. So I'm pretty excited for Cousin to take over the Thing.
Oh, I'm so excited for Cousin.
Cousin. That's a good show. All right. Heads. Tom Cruise, our sweet king, Tom Cruise, is reuniting with Edge of Tomorrow director Doug Liman for a movie called Deeper. It's a supernatural thriller, which if this article pulls up, I can tell you what it's about. So, they're planning. It's going to be apparently a horror movie. Deeper is going to be about a deep sea diving explorer who finds himself in a trench, confronted by a sinister and dangerous force. That sounds pretty awesome. I will not lie. That sounds really, really cool. Tom Cruise in a horror movie. Like, come on. Folks, come on. Yes. In.
You had me at Tom.
Yeah, didn't you have to say Cruise and you were in?
Nope, I'm in.
I'm gonna make a prediction for this. I think he's gonna be fighting Cthulhu. And if he fights Cthulhu, my money's on Tom Cruise. All right. Listen, if anyone can take down Cthulhu, it's Tom Cruise. He will outrun him at the bottom of the ocean for sure. So, are we gonna get underwater running Tom Cruise, where he has to run in slow motion because the water's slowing him down?
It's gonna be electric.
Oh, cinema's back on the table, boys. Verbal meme of the orcs. But yeah, pretty pumped for this. I still think he's also making that musical, which I don't know when that's coming out. So Tom Cruise getting a little wacky after his time as Ethan Hunt is coming to an end.
Let's get a little crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Like let's find the craziest movie Tom Cruise can be in, and let's do it.
Because he's got Broadsword coming out, which is about a Marine sergeant in World War II France, which is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who is obviously the director behind the best of Mission Impossible, which co-stars Henry Cavill, actually. So Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill reuniting. He's got The Gauntlet coming out, which is another Christopher McQuarrie movie. Wow, Tom Cruise, Chris McQuarrie. Best buds. Where he's a detective, starring also Scarlett Johansson. And then he also has, currently in production, a Alejandro Giuinto, I don't know, film, which co-stars good boy Jesse Plemons and John Goodman. And for those who don't know Alejandro is the director behind probably most famously Revenant and Birdman. So not too bad. And then he also has like a SpaceX movie he's going to do where he's going up to space to film. Which, come on, sounds insane. It's the first ever movie filmed in space. So yeah, Tom Cruise, killing it. All right, last piece of news, certainly not least. We've talked about him a lot. The Beatles. Barry Keoghan is confirmed to be cast as one of the Beatles. He is playing Ringo Starr in Sam Mendes' 4 Beatles movies. And let me tell you, I am pumped for this. Because as someone who hates Bohemian Rhapsody, because of how inaccurate it is. And for those who don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody is an embarrassment to Queen. Because it is literally just George Harrison, or whatever his name is from Queen, being like, hey, we're also important on Queen. It wasn't just a Freddie Mercury, which it was. Let's be honest, it was. I hope they do the same thing with this Beatles movies about Ringo. Where like they pretend like Ringo is the most important Beatle. That would be great. Oh, pumped for this.
You know, I don't know
Breaking
enough
news.
about the Beatles.
No, the lag.
Three
Breaking news.
minutes later, we're going to find out.
Breaking news. I just ordered the Ethernet cable.
Yeah, next week he's going to be crystal clear and pristine. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be very funny if like they made Ringo like the most important Beatle and like they were on the edge of breaking up, and then Ringo walks in and is like, "Hey guys, I'd like to sing a song about a yellow submarine," and then like they just got back together. Like they were just like, "You're right,
What?
right, Ringo.
Why was
We
it
need
that-
to get back
why
together."
is it
Yeah,
that voice?
because that's the Beatles. Hey, Ringo,
Those are crazy.
we're the Beatles.
It's a crazy voice.
John, I'm Ringo. I'm the best Beatle.
Uh,
I just, and we've already discussed the order we think these movies are coming out. Like George Harrison is first, right? That's the February release. Then we got it. Like Paul McCartney, I think is last. Isn't that what we discussed? Was Paul McCartney was going to be last on that list?
I
think
I
so.
don't know enough about the Beatles to comment, but I'm really
I
looking
don't
forward to
think
these.
with George Harrison.
Because George Harrison is probably the least famous of the Beatles, and then
But wouldn't he be
it's-
number 2 then, or number 3?
No, because here's what I'm thinking.
So
I'm thinking
so people
George Harrison's gonna be first. That's the February, like kind of a slow time of year for movies. Then they go back to back. John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Those are the summer blockbusters. John Lennon is like in May. Paul McCartney feels like a late July, August movie. And then Ringo feels wrapping it up Labor Day, October. Feels like the Ringo movie.
if you say so.
That's what I'm predicting. So we'll see. We'll come back to this and we'll be like, wow, he was really wrong or really right.
Fair enough.
But yeah. All right. That's it for news. Let's talk trailers, then we'll get into our review and our draft. First trailer was for Lilo and Stitch. Got the teaser trailer. Got to see our first look at Stitch. I will go last on my thoughts on this because, as I am said before, I'm not a big Lilo and Stitch guy.
Well, Jack's a big Lilo and Stitch guy, so maybe he should go first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I love Lilo and Stitch. I don't know. I think this will be interesting. I'm more interested how the side characters, like the other aliens that are in the movie, look. Because I think Stitch looks very fun. He looks very plushy. He looks very cuddly. I think it looks good as far as the like how they made Stitch look. But I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of like Disney remaking their animated movies. But obviously, I'm willing to give them a try. Especially this one, considering I really like Lilo and Stitch, so I'll probably go into this one pretty excited. But I don't know. I'm very curious as to see how different this is actually going to be from the cartoon, or at least the experience you get from it. So I don't know. I'll still go see it, but what do you guys think?
I'm more inclined to see this than the new Mufasa movie. But I'm not super into Lilo and Stitch. I also haven't seen it in like probably 6 or 7 years, so maybe if I revisit it, I'll be more excited. But I think how you guys feel about How to Train Your Dragon is probably how I feel about this. Like if it like a lot, like I don't really need a live adaptation because I'm just not a huge Lilo and Stitch guy. But I think there are a lot of people that are excited. Like at my Thanksgiving kind of gathering, people were talking about it and they're like, "Oh, it looks so like Lilo looks so," or no, it's Stitch. Yeah, Stitch looks
Lilo.
so cute. So like people are excited to see it. I'm just not one of those people that is highly anticipating it.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm not like that pumped for it. I don't know. I'm just not a big Lilo and Stitch guy though, so that'll be it. All right. So last, certainly not least, is Sonic 3. We got the second trailer for Sonic 3. And Shadow has a gun is kind of the moral of this story. And I thought this trailer looked pretty good. Like I'm very much let's word this correctly. I am much more interested in this movie than the previous two. It looks serious and fun. I like it.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think especially after watching the first two earlier this week, I think the tone is just like throughout the movie is a little inconsistent, which like for me personally.
Okay, so now that you've seen, do you think that the moments where they take it more seriously are better?
Honestly, yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, which is why I think this looks better because it feels like every time Shadow's on screen, like it's taken pretty seriously.
Yeah, Shadow looks tough, and I think there's moments like that with Knuckles. You know.
But I think they dropped it too soon.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, this looks pretty decent. Actually, tying this back to Lilo and Stitch, I kind of wish Stitch looked more like these guys do, where like they are kind of cartoony, but they're still in real world. Where I feel like Stitch almost looked too real.
I don't mind
real.
that.
Is that
Kinda
what
like
we're
the way
saying these days?
I don't know, but yeah, Sonic 3 looks good. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining. I'm complaining to complain.
Sure seems like it.
I did.
It's so fluffy.
I saw a projection the other day that this is supposed to outperform Lion King 2 opening weekend, and let me tell you, that brings me some hope for humanity. That brings me some a glimmer of hope right there, because I was very worried
Doesn't really surprise
about
me.
Lion King 2. I don't know. The first one made $1 billion.
Is Jon Favreau directing this too? Because I know he directed the first one.
No, okay, let me tell you, that is the worst part about Lion King 2. So Lion King 2 is directed by Barry Jenkins. And for those who don't know, you're like, hey, Barry Jenkins, who the heck is that guy? Barry Jenkins directed a lot of awesome things, including If Beale Street Could Talk, which was nominated for Best Film, and Moonlight, which won Best Film at the Oscar. So, like, why is he doing this, and why does it look so bad? Annoying me. Really,
I don't know.
really
For me, if like Lion
grinding my
King
gears.
looks so bad to me, I'm just kind of like
Yeah, it does.
indifferent to it.
It does not look good.
I just like I'm somewhat interested in the story, but I'm just kind of like I really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think it looks really bad, even in comparison to the last Lion King. Mufasa, Lion King. Oh, interesting. Aaron Pierre, who is now Green Lantern, is Simba in The Lion, or not Simba, Mufasa. I did not know that. Wow. Learn something new every day. Now I went from 0% interested in seeing it to 1. All right.
Sweet.
Is it time? It's time to talk Christmas Vacation.
Are we doing
Indeed.
draft or Christmas Vacation first?
Draft second. Christmas Vacation first.
Because our review for Christmas Vacation might also kind of give an impression of where we might pick.
Well, then
Christmas Vacation.
that is true, but then depending on our draft order, it might not.
You, Hunter, you're so right.
Yeah, which also we're gonna randomize the draft order, so I have a website pulled up to help us out with that.
Finally.
So yeah.
How do we know if you're not lying?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well, I will
Hunter.
not. I'm not.
I got the first.
I'm gonna let you
pick.
guys. I'm gonna let you guys pick your own number. I'm gonna let you guys pick your own number though, so then we'll know.
This guy's itching for red 1. 1-1.
I actually put that on my list.
Actually,
just
don't.
in case.
I don't. I don't want to go first. I think in this draft.
Give me third.
All right.
Yeah, third is the one to be. All right, let's talk about this. Charles. Also, full spoilers, by the way. This movie is like 30 years old. Charles, why don't you go first? Tell us about National Lampoon for you.
Sure. I honestly have never been a huge National Lampoon fan, but to be fair, I don't think I had ever seen it completely through. So this was my first time like sitting down and watching it all the way through. I gave it 3 stars. It's definitely not one of my favorite Christmas movies, and it definitely wouldn't be one of my go-tos for Christmas time. It's cozy. It has some funny jokes. I'm not a huge fan of movies that don't have like a is exposition the correct word? Like a story that they are leading up to.
Like a 3-act structure.
Kind of, yeah. So
Okay,
like
we
this
follow
one,
it.
yeah, you're following. Okay, so this one, there's nothing that's really like. I mean, I guess the bonus is the one kind of consistent thing throughout the movie, but besides that, it's kind of just like a bunch of small things happening, and they're like funny, they're cute, but that's not really that's not my favorite kind of movie. And that was my main problem with it.
Chuck watched Christmas Vacation and was like, "Where's the world building at?" Real lack of lore here. I need to know more about this world.
I don't even know if it's Chicago or not.
Yeah, is this Chicago?
I loved all the Chicago sports clothing.
Yeah, that was nice.
Blackhawks.
I like the old school. The old school stuff is always nice.
Bears hat, yeah. But that's what I thought about it.
All right, Jack, what do you think?
So I watched this last year and I gave it 4 stars. And this has always been a movie I watch with my like my parents and my family before Christmas. It's just kind of like a staple that I've seen it so many times, you know? And it is definitely a Christmas classic in my opinion. But I think on this last watch, I was just kind of like, it's still funny. I just feel like I've seen it so many times that I'm just kind of like, it depends who I watch it with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the jokes, like, I mean, at this point, I know all the jokes like inside and out. Honestly, I think the neighbors next door are some of the funniest bits of the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine is
Like
great.
Leah Lewis-Dreyfus, she's great. Like, I love the whole part where she's like, "Why is the carpet wet, Todd?" Like,
I don't know.
I know, and it's just like those parts I think are just the best parts of this movie. And you know, he's like, "Where are you gonna fit a tree like that, Griswold?" And it like look, I think some of the interactions with the neighbors are some of the best parts of this movie. I just think personally, like, there are a few scenes where it's kind of like, me personally, like, I think it's like the ultimate dad humor movie where I think there's some of this stuff where it's just like the dads are like, "Yeah, that is hilarious." Where some personally, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if it necessarily lands perfectly for me, but it's like, if I watch it with the family, like, they're going to laugh at everything. And I might laugh at half of that, but it's still a good movie. It's still a Christmas classic. Saying grace at the table is absolutely electric. The national anthem, it is so awesome. So there's just the highs of this movie are really good, but then the lows are just kind of like, they don't really hit for me. But overall, I still love this movie. So yeah, what do you think, Hunter?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys where I feel as though this movie is very much a crowd pleaser. It is like the definition of like, you know, I think everyone you put on will like this, but I don't think it moves the needle past that. For me, I think it's one of those things where it has some great moments, but the overall package isn't as awesome as I think the memory of it. Where like grading this on a scale of like maybe your personal enjoyment is, I think, higher than like the actual movie itself. In the same way we talk about 3.5-star bangers, where it's like those are movies that are awesome, but like in reality they're not, you know, 5-star, like they're 3.5-star bangers. Where I think this is kind of in that realm, not like in a 3.5-star banger way, but like where it's more enjoyable than it actually is quality wise. I do think my biggest issue with this movie is Clark Griswold. I don't know. I think that he is kind of annoying here. I think the older I get, the more that I think that. But I also think that's going to shift back because I think you get to a point where like he is unrelatable, but then I think you become a dad, and then like you have these that you deal with also, and then he becomes relatable again. Where like when you're a kid, I think he's like the funny dad, and now he's kind of annoying. Or I feel like it's going to shift back eventually. But I gotta say, him daydreaming about some other woman while he's married to Beverly D'Angelo is insane. Beverly D'Angelo is gorgeous, like just crazy. but I do. I really enjoy the aspects of the movie. I think some of it is over the top. Like I think the cat and the raccoon, I think is a bit much. I do love the moments that are like relatable humor, like the family being annoying, the Christmas tree, like the bulbs not lighting up. I think those are the better moments of this movie than like, you know, the over the top humor. But yeah, overall, I still enjoy this a lot. I think it comes with like the memories of it and the feeling it gives you versus, you know, the actual quality of the film. But I mean, I still give this a 77 out of 100. Like I think this is still a very solid film. I just think that it is more of an emotionally solid film than like an actual, you know, movie in and of itself.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia just kind of with this movie as well. Which obviously I feel like emotions and nostalgia are kind of like not necessarily interchangeable, but I feel like that feeling of nostalgia is an emotion that kind of drives people to really love this movie.
And I think that's going to come up a lot in our draft here in a few, where like maybe the movies aren't as good, but they're movies that we love because of what they are.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah. So what did you guys give it out of 100 just for the graphic?
Give it a 75.
All right. Charles?
I'll say 64.
Whoa, this guy.
This guy hates this movie.
Yeah, this guy really does not like
stars.
This guy thinks it stinks. But yeah, I think also it is nice during the Christmas season to like just change the channel to TNT and this is just on.
Yeah.
Like TNT and TBS have this playing 24/7. And that is nice. But yeah, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, I think it was a great kickoff to the holiday season. I won't lie. Like it's got me pumped for Christmas in the opposite way that Red One did.
You will feel this is the best holiday movie in the past decade.
This is like the anti-Red One for Christmas vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what we got. Are we ready to go to our draft?
The real question is, are you ready to go to the draft?
Oh, I'm ready. All right, so let's
Ready.
number generate this. All right, let's pick a number. Each pick a number out of 3, and whoever wins will get to pick their position in the draft. So that's how we're gonna do it. So, Charles, pick your number out of 3.
1.
All right, Chuck picks 1. Jack, what would you like?
I'll just go 2.
Oh, all right, I'll take 3. Perfect. All right. Well, that was difficult. All right, here we go. Generation, and boom. 2. 2 was our winner. So, Jack, where would you like to go in the draft?
I'm going to take 3.
All right, so Jack goes last. Charles,
Yes,
out
sir.
of 2 now. Out of 2 options. You want 1?
One.
All right, you want 1 or 2? Here we go. All right, 1-1. So, would you want to go first or second?
First.
All right, so I'll go second. All right, cool. Look at that. You guys were worried it wouldn't be fair. Come on.
Hunter ended up at 1 anyway.
All right, I am now second. So let's do this thing. Charles, 1-1 Christmas movie draft. What are you taking?
It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
Good. That movie stinks.
You know what, Charlie? You're gonna be so
hate
pissed
A Wonderful
when I
Life.
go. You're gonna be so pissed when I go to.
Don't take it.
That's what I was gonna go with first. I thought you were gonna take the other one. It's over, dude.
No.
It's over. You are gonna be so pissed you didn't take it.
I do not like It's a Wonderful Life. I really don't like It's a Wonderful Life.
Dang.
This guy just hates good cinema. It's fine.
Well played, Charlie. Well played.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Dang. You're just hating to hate at this point.
That's right, dear. That's right, dear. No, I really don't like It's a Wonderful Life. All right. For me, second pick of the draft, I'm gonna go Home Alone.
Fine, take it. All yours. It's not even the best one of the series.
You feel you seem like a Home Alone 3 guy.
All right.
Home Alone is. This is insane that this is not like. But then again, I didn't like It's a Wonderful Life, so maybe I don't know. Home Alone, I think, is perfect.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
With
Don't
my
do it.
first pick, I'm going to be taking.
Please.
I'm sorry.
No.
This shouldn't be negotiable. I'm taking Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie. We can all agree on that.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Take it.
Yeah, I would say Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I have a gun now. Ho ho ho! Like, come on.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie in the same way
Sure.
Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas movie. I feel like that's pretty fair.
I don't feel like it's too big of a stretch. That's the thing. It's not like Christmas is in there for like 1 second.
Yeah, Christmas plays a major plot point in Die Hard.
Okay. Cool. And then with my second pick, Charlie, I am not sorry at all. I am picking The Holdovers.
You're a scumbag. You're a filthy little scumbag.
You're a scumbag. You took what I wanted, so I'm taking what you want. That's just how it goes. But I was the Holdovers was genuinely. It's so good. It's so good.
I love that movie.
Wow. So far, none of my choices have been taken by you guys. That's pretty good.
Probably because. Never mind.
Wow. That's saying that, and I've only picked Home Alone is crazy.
Okay,
Home
let's
Alone
hear
is
what your
like-
next pick is. Let's hear your next pick.
All right, I'll tell you my next pick. My next pick is Love Actually. I think Love Actually is an all-time Christmas movie. I think it is incredible. And honestly, is maybe the steal of the draft because Love Actually is great.
It's a great movie. It's a great
Okay.
movie.
Thank you.
I respect your
Thank
pick,
you.
sir.
I specifically think that the subplot with the Prime Minister is one of the better ones in any movie. So, Hugh Grant, King.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think Chuck likes Love Actually.
I do like Love
That's a
Actually.
banger.
It wasn't
It's
on my
the
list.
same
though.
director of About Time.
Really? All right.
Yes. So
Wow.
you at least
Did
like
not know
some of
that.
his work.
I do, apparently. All right, Chuck, what you got?
I'm gonna take A Christmas Story.
Another movie I don't like.
Yeah, I don't really like that one either.
I don't like A Christmas
All
Story.
It's fine. It's whatever. I don't care. And then
I like the
my
leg
number
lamp. The leg
3
lamp is funny.
Wait. I guess A Christmas Story is kind of like National Lampoons. There's no kind of
Yeah, like A Christmas
harder.
Story is, I think, is good just because people like to watch it at Christmas, but I don't think it's very like good.
Okay, that's fair. God, I can't believe you took The Holdovers. That's such a wow.
This guy's
Okay, with my number 3, I'm gonna take The Polar Express.
Good pick.
really.
Yeah.
See, the Polar Express to me is the all-time. Like, did you guys when you were like younger in elementary school, like that last day before break, you'd sit down and like they bring in like hot chocolate and you could watch Polar Express?
Yeah.
I feel like I did that like 2nd through 5th grade.
They like sit you down. They're like, guys, it's time for Tom Hanks and hot cocoa. I bet you like it. I bet you
Yeah,
like it.
you'll like it. Like it. I didn't know he played the kid also.
He plays
like
everything
everything.
in that movie. He
Yeah,
plays
it's kind of
everything.
insane. He
He's like
plays
the
like
creepy
the
guy.
He plays
homeless
Santa.
guy.
He plays the kid.
Yeah.
He plays
Yeah.
the conductor. He plays the homeless guy. That's 4
Tom,
immediately. I think
what character do you want to play? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Tom,
he plays hero.
what character do you want to play?
No way. Okay. The boy in the movie of the Polar Express, what do you think the boy is credited as in like what's his name in the credits? You will never get it.
Okay, then I'm not.
It's just Hero Boy. He has no name. That's
We all
That's awesome.
remember the one guy.
yeah.
He's like,
None of them have
"Hey
names.
guys,
Hey guys.
You know what kind of chain this is?
that's perfect. Dude, you killed that."
Have you ever seen the guy who voices him in real life?
Notice you look like the exact same.
He looks the exact same. He looks the exact same.
That's too good.
Oh, did you when I texted you guys, did you look up the Will Smith's name in After Earth?
Yes, it's like Cypher.
Yeah,
something.
does that deserve to get added to our list of all-time movie
Oh.
names?
It's bad. It's bad.
Let's see. Will Smith's name in After Earth is Cypher Rage.
Yeah,
That's an awesome name.
Rage.
I think I prefer Callum Drift. I'm not gonna lie. I think I prefer Callum Drift.
I think Callum Drift is the best we've ever found so far.
Yeah. Electric.
It's so good. All right. Am I up? I'm up now. All right.
Mhm.
Next up for me, I'm going to take. See, I think I can get it on the back. I think I can get it coming around. No, I'm going to take it because it's I think my personal favorite Christmas movie. I'm going to take A Muppet Christmas Carol. I think it is my favorite Christmas movie. Maybe Love Actually is. It's 1 and 2 of those two. I think it is incredible. Like it is one of my favorite rewatches every single year. Muppet Christmas Carol. I was worried Jack would take it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm glad. I think I had to take it now.
No. Do
Okay.
not worry about me taking that. I think I was gonna like take it, but like as a joke, just to see if I
Have you
piss
ever seen
off.
it? Have you ever seen it?
No, I've not. I've not.
Okay. This year, as a favor, watch it.
Okay.
I think that you'll be very surprised how much you like it. It is my favorite also adaptation of that story.
Okay.
All right, Jack. There's one movie that if you take, I'm going to be real fired up in a bad way.
All right. So I have 2 movies that I'm questionable. Are these Christmas movies? I'm pretty sure they're not, but I'm
This
gonna ask
guy.
anyway. Is Little Women considered a Christmas movie?
No. Because it takes place
And then-
throughout the entire year. There's a scene
Yeah.
at Christmas, but it's not a
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Bob Odenkirk is like, "Hey guys,
asking-
it's me, Bob Odenkirk.
It's my Little
I'm-
Women. Hey, I'm Sal Goodman. It's my Little Women they got over here. I love
And
that
then,
guy.
I just feel like I had to reference this, but the American Psycho Christmas party where he's like, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." I don't.
I just want that scene. That's my favorite
Yeah,
Christmas movie.
yeah.
That scene.
Okay, but now that those are out of the way, I think I'm gonna go with, and I'm glad that you took it, Hunter, because I prefer Home Alone 2
Interesting.
rather than
Okay.
Home Alone 1.
Let me ask you this because I've
think
I've
most
gone
do.
back and forth for years.
do.
See, I don't think most do. I think. Okay, let me ask you this part. I think that Home Alone 2 is more fun up until the Wet Bandits actually start attacking him, and he has to actually Home Alone them. I think after that, Home Alone 1 handles it better. Like the actual Home Alone of it all. Like the
Genuinely, for
fighting
me,
of the Wet Bandits.
I think it's just like the being in New York, the scale is just massive. Like I think the whole interaction with the crew at the hotel is hilarious. Like I think
Yeah.
obviously in the first one, I think the scene where I literally quote this all the time, but it's just like, "I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your keister off my
Dirty,
property.
Yella,
1,
no good
2,
keister off my property.
10." And like I don't know. I think that scene is hilarious. And I don't know. I like the interaction that he has with the like Mr. Duncan. I think, and honestly, I don't think I prefer it by like a lot. Like I have both of those movies at like 4.5 for me. So it's not like I think it's like a far superior movie. It's just I think I personally enjoy it better. So
That's fair.
Home Alone 2. And then this one's really tough. But I think I can get the next one towards the back end. and I don't think this one is gonna make it if I don't take it now. So I'm gonna go with Elf.
Interesting. See, that's another one that maybe I might be in the
I'm an
minority
Elf
on.
hater.
I don't know if I like Elf all that much.
Come on, man.
I'm an Elf hater. I don't like Elf. At all.
I like Elf. I don't like Elf the way people like Elf, if that makes sense.
Okay, I mean, like, I enjoy it. I have a good time with it. I think obviously when you're a kid, it's hilarious, and I think it's still one of those movies that's very nostalgia heavy. But I think it still hits for me, and like watching it every single time, it just makes me feel warm and cozy. So, yeah,
That's fair. No,
There you
that's
go.
fair. And I really do. I think he's great in it. Like him as Buddy the Elf is so good. So yeah, I like Elf, but I don't love Elf. I
All
wonder
right,
if another
Hunter.
one's gonna come up on this list that I feel
we
I
got?
like but don't love. All right. I think my last one's gonna stay. Okay. Let me ask you this. If you guys consider this a movie, I will take it. If not, I will pick a different thing. Do you guys consider A Charlie Brown Christmas a movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what I will
I
take.
would.
I will take A Charlie Brown Christmas.
yeah, that's a good one.
Because see, that's where I was torn if you even would take it. But yeah, that's what I will take. I love A Charlie Brown Christmas. Like that song in it feels like Christmas to me. Like da-na-na-na-na. That song is like so good. Also, Snoopy is he's the GOAT.
Facts.
So yeah, that was my fourth pick. Making this
All right.
graphic at the same time is not easy. All right, Chuck, you get your last two.
Well, with number 4, I'm taking White Christmas.
Really?
I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think I've even seen White Christmas either.
You should watch it. It's very
What
good.
is White Christmas?
And I was petrified that you guys would take it. Bing Crosby.
I've never seen White Christmas.
This looks like
Looking
a
at it
banger.
now.
It's so colorful and fun.
Do they sing
It's
White
very
Christmas?
good. I would. That's actually how the song White Christmas came to be. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I love that song.
And that was my 5.
Dreaming of a white Christmas. Love that song. Like the ones I used to know.
With my 5, with my 5, I would take Holiday Inn. But
What is that?
there is
I've never heard of that either.
there is a very politically incorrect scene that is not great, and so I'm not going to pick Holiday Inn.
So you're not
Instead-
gonna pick the Fred Astaire banger Holiday Inn?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm very impressed by your list,
For that.
Charles. I gotta say, before you even pick this one, like you got some oldies on here that are I'm pretty impressed with.
Very sophisticated.
Yeah, this is like
Thank you.
What is it? Turner Classic Movies Christmas you have on here. This is the HBO Max
these are all-
of Christmas lists.
These these are all the movies that I watched with my family because my parents like the old ones. So like that's why there's a lot of nostalgia for me with these because like these are what I watched. I didn't really watch the modern ones as much.
That makes sense. I feel like that's kind of our
Yeah.
list. It's like the ones you grew up watching are the same ones you watched forever. Ooh.
Yeah.
So instead of that,
gotta
I
watch
will
this.
take the Santa Claus.
Santa Claus 2 better.
Santa
Who?
Claus 3 the
What?
best. What?
No, Santa Claus. My bad. Santa Claus 3, the one with
Jack
Jack
Frost.
Frost.
Jack Frost.
Banger.
Santa Claus 2 makes me uncomfortable with like the plastic Santa Claus. Like
I
get
don't like
freaked out
Plastic
by him.
Santa. I do not like Plastic Santa.
In the third one, I don't know. I just the first one. It's got the I don't know.
I like
It's the one that
Bernard.
started it all.
I'm a Bernard guy.
Bernard.
Oh, Bernard's the man.
Bro,
a big
Bernard
fan
is
of
in
Bernard.
Oppenheimer.
Oh,
Remember?
no. Oh,
Yeah, he
shoot.
is.
Can I take it back? Oh, crap.
What'd you do?
I meant to take something else. I'm just a
In
whatever.
the Christmas spirit, if it doesn't get taken, I'll allow you to switch 5. Jack, do you agree with that? In the
Yeah,
Christmas
that
spirit.
sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
All right. So if it doesn't get taken, you get to take it. All right.
Okay. That's fair.
This is tough. I got a couple on here that I'd like to take.
I'll be so sad.
I got a lot of honorable mentions. I'm not gonna lie for this list. Once we actually talk about it, but
Please don't take it, please. Please.
I'm real torn here. I got 2 that I'm torn between.
Don't take it.
Okay, so I'm gonna preface it with this. I personally love all of the stop motion Christmas movies that are like
Yes.
they play every year. I'm not going to take any of those because in my mind those are TV specials, so they don't count. So having said that, because that's what I was torn between, I'm going to go with Scrooged. I love Scrooged.
Okay.
Bill Murray classic. Actually my second iteration of that story of the Christmas Carol story on my list, surprisingly. I really am a big fan of Scrooged. So that is my final choice here on this list.
I have a couple honorable mentions before I go with mine.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk
first
about honorable
off-
mentions after this.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
First off, just like Red One. I mean, so sorry, you're not gonna make the list. Oof.
Yeah, no one picked Red One unless Chuck's gonna switch it in for his 5.
But I'm gonna go with one. I'm not sure if like a lot of people have seen this, but I'm gonna go with The Family Man with Nick Cage.
The Family Man.
It's kind of like a
Have not
Scrooge
seen it.
situation where he wakes up one morning and like he no longer like married his wife. He no longer has kids. He's kind of like alone and by
What?
himself. Yeah, it's got Nick Cage, Don Cheadle in it. It's a banger, man. I mean, it's a good time. I'd say it's a 3.5-star banger.
It's in that.
But it's a good one.
grouping.
I mean, I really like Nick Cage. And I really like this movie. So I didn't really think any of you guys would pick it just because I don't think it's like one of the biggest Christmas movies, but it's a good time.
Year
So
2000. Family Man.
it's a good one.
Wow.
And
All right,
the
Chuck.
Nash-
Did anyone take anything from your list?
Yeah, I was gonna take Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
No, it doesn't count. We just said it doesn't count.
I know that's okay. Jesus, like I'm just saying that's
Christmas
the one
is
that I was
canceled. You took the wrong thing.
I was gonna replace the Santa Claus with Rudolph.
Okay, real fast. Can we say our favorite of those? Because I have 2 that I think are better than Rudolph.
Oh, Rudolph, hands down.
Jack, do you have a favorite that's not Rudolph, or is your favorite Rudolph?
What's the one with like the fire, like Jack Frost, and then the fireman?
So that's A Year Without a Santa Claus, and that is maybe my favorite. We're talking about Heat Miser, Cold Miser.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and then I'm Mr. 101. They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my
let me
clutch.
see.
I'm too much. Yeah, it's my guy. That's my guy right there. But no, I'm gonna go with, because you picked that, so I'm gonna go with The Year with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That is the Santa Claus origin story one, where Santa is young and attractive, and I like that
Yes.
one because do you like that? Yeah,
That is a
I
really
love
good
that
one.
Because I love the song where he teaches the guy to walk.
Yes.
Teaches the winter warlock to walk. Or to
That's a
walk.
really good one.
Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Oh man, I can't wait to watch that one. All right, other things that missed our lists. Any adaptation of The Grinch. None of us picked a Grinch movie on our list.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Jim
Trying to
Carrey.
Shout out Jim Carrey, who was good.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Frosty.
Yep. Which I think
Frosty.
Frosty Snowman. Can I say Nightmare Before Christmas? I'm of the opinion that's a Thanksgiving movie. I'll say that.
Not a Halloween movie.
Well, see, I think you should watch it in between, so it makes it Thanksgiving.
Mm.
No one picked The Holiday.
Yeah, that deserved not to get picked.
Nobody picked Four Christmases, which is Avery's favorite Christmas movie, which I don't.
I like it. That's a banger, man. I love
Miracle on 34th Street.
I'm not. No, thank you.
Okay.
Have you seen
just
Four
kidding.
Christmases, Charlie?
I have not. No.
Me and my
What was
family,
the
like,
one?
we love
It's
that
the
one.
David Harbour one that just came out a few years ago, where he was.
No one picked
Violent Night.
A Christmas
Violent
Carol.
Night with David Harbour, where he was Santa Claus that like killed people.
Yeah. Well, he didn't kill people. You make him sound like he's the villain. Like he's
He's
there
the
to
good
save-
guy. He's the good guy.
He's there to save the day.
Krampus.
don't
No one
pick
picked Krampus. I'm looking at this list right now. No one picked.
Batman Returns.
Yeah, Batman Returns.
I picked that alone for Michelle Pfeiffer. She makes that movie.
No one picked Fred Claus or Jingle All the Way. Nobody picked Arthur Christmas. There's actually a lot of these movies we didn't pick. Okay, this
No
is
one
a polar
Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah, nobody. Yeah, Chuck was worried we were going to spoil it on our lists of what we liked about it, and no one picked it. Yeah, sorry, National Lampoon.
I think it's funny because I think heading into this list, I was before watching Christmas Vacation, I think it was going to be a for sure thing that I was going to pick. But I think for me personally, I think what kind of lifted Family Man over is just like the plot and kind of the emotion of the movie is just like, it's there for me. And I think I just like that a little bit more than some of the small humor moments that you get from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Oh, you know what movie I do not like that people love? Christmas with the Cranks.
That's the Tim Allen one, right?
Yes, it's the Tim Allen one where they're like trying to go on vacation and then they can't because the whole town cannot handle them going on vacation. Yeah, don't like that. The Family Stone, I don't like.
That's a good one. I like that one.
My request for you guys is to watch White Christmas.
I actually was going to. I was thinking of watching White Christmas. I like just because I love that song so much.
I know. Maybe we could all do it
good.
for like Christmas. You know, we could all sing our own version.
Well, next week that'd be a good skit. Yoda singing White Christmas. I'm dreaming of it. I am. Next week we don't really have a review because I don't super think Y2K is going wide, so I don't know if we'll be able to all catch it. So we could do one of these movies next week as our review, another Christmas movie.
White Christmas.
For next week. I kind of feel like we should pick one from each list and do 3. If I'm
How
being
about we each
honest.
get to pick?
Yeah, we each get to pick one from our
movie.
list that I think we should all watch.
Love it.
All right, so I'll go over our lists one more time while you're thinking about the one you're going to pick, and then we'll go in reverse order what we're picking for our lists. So it'd go Jack, myself, Charles. All right, Jack's list: Die Hard, The Holdovers, Home Alone 2, Elf, and The Family Man. My list was Home Alone, Love Actually, Muppet Christmas Carol, Charlie Brown Christmas, and Scrooged. And Charles's list was A Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, Polar Express, White Christmas, and Santa Claus. Pretty great lists. All very different. And I think, surprisingly, besides the holdovers, I think we all got what we wanted.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of
It's a Wonderful
contention in
Life.
this list, which I'm surprised about. I kind of thought we were going to be fighting over some stuff. There was very little contention in this list.
Yeah, it was just Holdovers and It's a Wonderful Life. That's about it.
Yeah, early on, I was pretty confident I was going to get the Holdovers and It's a Wonderful Life back to back, but maybe I'm just being stupid. I was being stupid. So
Well, don't worry. With me in the middle, you know I wasn't taking them.
I knew Hunter wasn't taking holdovers, but then I checked right before. If I checked the holdovers right before, and I saw Jack had given a 4.5, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
He's gonna take it.
But-
Swipe out.
All right, so Jack, of your list, what are we watching next week?
Okay, well, I'm gonna assume we've all seen Die Hard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I think it's very clear that we're gonna watch The Family Man.
The Family Man.
Is that fine? I think that's one that at least you guys both haven't seen.
Let me just make sure it's actually like somewhere to watch it.
It should be. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix right now.
Oh, I don't have
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, Peacock.
I have
Or,
Peacock.
never
Yeah.
mind. I
It's not
can
Pe-
lend.
That's
we can
hang
figure
on, hang on. Insane that you don't have Netflix but have Peacock. That's a crazy combination of things that you have and don't have.
I have my family has Netflix, but I'm not logged in.
Oh, okay.
Do one of your roommates have Netflix?
No.
Well, he has Peacock, so it doesn't matter. He's got it.
Well, I think it's Peacock Premium.
What? Oh, dude, Jeremy Piven's in this movie? My man. Let's go. I'm pumped. Big fan of Jeremy Piven.
All right, Hunter, what's yours?
All right, for mine, I think we've all seen Home Alone and Love Actually. I'm in between Muppet Christmas Carol and Scrooged. I think I'm gonna go Muppet Christmas Carol because I don't think have either of you seen that?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go Muppet Christmas Carol for me because they're both same cloth Christmas Carol adaptations. All right, so far we have Family Man and Christmas Carol. Charles, we're doing White Christmas, so you change it.
White Christmas.
All right, White Christmas. So for next week, we'll be talking The Family Man, Muppet Christmas Carol, and White Christmas for our second holiday episode, our last holiday episode, because after that we're going to get into some more movies. So next week we'll do that. The following week we have Kraven the Hunter and Lord of the Rings. After that, Sonic and Mufasa. And going into Christmas, we'll have A Complete Unknown, Baby Girl, and Nosferatu. Also, Baby Girl, the A24 account posted a picture of a glass of milk as like a new Baby Girl poster, and I'm sorry, that is just the worst thing I've ever seen. It made me physically cringe. But yeah, and then also next week, yeah, I'll take 100. Also next week we will be drafting because I missed the draft. We haven't done a draft in a minute besides this one.
This was fun.
This was fun. All right, next week I want to give you guys a choice. Do you want to do most anticipated of 2025, a box office draft game, which we talked about last week, or 2025 movie hot takes? Because we'll save our best of 2024 till the first episode of 2025. We're going to do all these over the next few weeks. It's really which one do you want to do first?
I'm feeling most anticipated for 2025, personally.
I'm rocking with that too. That's cool.
All right, we'll do that. And so for that, we'll do top 5 you can't steal, and then we'll do some honorable mentions afterwards. And and we'll look back on the list that Charles and I picked at the beginning of last year.
We don't have to do that. It's
But
okay.
we will.
Can just skip
So
that
yeah,
out.
We will.
all right. That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you all for listening and watching. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Pretty pumped for Christmas. Only 6 more episodes until 1 year of the pod. It's been a great ride so far. But yeah, welcome to December. Welcome to Superman month. Hang on, let me hold up my keychain here. There he is. There's my king. But yeah,
Nice.
and next week, Charles will have Ethernet. So we're back. Well, we're actually better than ever. So we're not even back. We're to the future. But yeah. All right. Enjoy.
Say that again.
Oh, what was that? Peace and love. Have a good one.